as I said, the concept of the noosphere is quite appealing to politicians. But, what are consequences on freedom and liberty? Are there consequences? Are there consequences at a very long period, medium period? Well, I'm making three assumptions, bold assumptions. First, there is no assurance that any information in a network is definitely erased. Secondly, there is no assurance that any information sent through a network reaches only the intended recipient. Third, there is no assurance that any information in a database connected to a network may be considered reserved, especially if someone in a government position wishes to know something about this information. Well, how many information in each day we are giving to the system? Let us start with the usual day. You are getting up in the morning and you turn on the mobile phone. Immediately, the system knows where you are. Even with metric precision, if your mobile phone has a GPS unit, as all mobile phones will have in the near future. And therefore, the system knows that you have passed the night in your bedroom, or vice versa, in your girlfriend's place. Then you take breakfast in your house. Does the system knows what you are eating? Well, the system may guess it. Why? Because we have been buying all the food stuff in a supermarket, paying with a credit card, or even worse, paying with a card that the supermarket give to customers. Therefore, in the database of the supermarket, there is the list of what you have been buying, when, and how much you have been spending for it. And the database is connected in a network. Okay, nobody is interested, not even the system, except from a statistical point of view. If you early in the morning at breakfast are drinking milk or taking something else, taking yogurt. However, someone may be interested in knowing how much superalcoholic you have been buying in a month. And maybe you are interested in not knowing, in not permitting that the system will know it. And okay, you may go on. For example, you are taking the car, you are just at the beginning of the day. You are a person that respects limits, speed limits. But even if you respect the speed limit, if you are crossing a gate where the speed limits are controlled, your car, your plate is read, a picture is taken of your car, and that is memorized. Of course, you do not get any fine, but that information is in the system anyhow. Then you go to the office, probably entering the building, you have a card, and again the information is in. You are making telephone call, you are receiving telephone call, you are sending mail. All telephone numbers are recorded. And even your talk, what you are saying, is scanned automatically to find out if there are suspect words. Well, if you have an ID card with an RFID, radio frequency identifier, now they are not in use, extended use, but they will be, then if you cross through a gate, for example, entering a metro, your ID can be read without knowing it, without you knowing it, okay? Of course, you may go around without mobile phone. You may, you prefer not to use electronic money. You may not to have with you credit card, ID card with RFID. But then you are becoming a suspect immediately. your picture may be taken, and there are systems to recognize immediately your face and to put in relation to a list of faces that are of interest. Fortunately, go ahead, you may invent how much information, vado pure avanti, how much information can be collected by the system, but certainly one thing can we say. In any point of the world, anyone is localized and identified, sends and receives information, is controlled by the collective institution. Fortunately, as I was saying before, the databases are not integrated. They will be in the future. But if they will be integrated, or when they will be integrated, then we will be in 1894, Orwell. Politicians don't like Orwell. In fact, yes, there has been no celebration of any type of Orwell in the United Nations. Well, what next? Well, that is not my problem. I am an old professor. That is a problem of the young fellows that are in here to study what can do to avoid, to preserve liberty more than freedom with sufficient degree of security and safety. Perhaps you may decide to make it legal to hide identity. Well, hopefully not by institutionalizing the burqa. Or, since it is not possible to have liberty without economic power, you may decide to permit parallel economy to live. Hopefully not by institutionalizing mafia, that of course is creating in itself a parallel economy. Certainly, there is the need of transition studies. A lot of transition studies have to be made that should run fast, not to be ahead of technology, that is practically impossible, but to increase social awareness, prepare new political culture together with new economic structures in a different frame of international relations. If we want to preserve liberty, a completely new way of organizing civil life and political institution has to be developed. Well, I have my own idea, but I will be very interested in listening to your ideas, especially since, given my age, I will not be involved in the mistakes that you will certainly do in the future.